So welcome everybody, and little blue memory bear has had a makeover. He's got himself a new pair of beautiful dungaree overalls, and you can download those if you go to the link in the description box below. That will take you directly to my Shopify store and you'll be able to pick those up for free. And remember that this pattern is also free from my Shopify store. And we've got a new bunny there, you can check her out while you're there. But now let's have a look how we're going to put these beautiful new overalls together. So let's run through what we're going to need to make a lovely pair of overalls for our memory bear. Now I've chosen a beautiful blue upholstery fabric that works with my existing memory bear. It is better to make overalls up always, I think, in a slightly heavier weight fabric, unless the doll is much smaller, and then you can use a quilting cotton or something like this. So this is a lovely fabric that's going to work well. So I haven't interfaced my main body pieces, as I said, because it's quite firm, but sometimes if I want to use a quilting fabric for a larger doll, I definitely will interface all of the pieces. Okay, so we've got our two back pieces, our two front pieces. Then we have our facing pieces. Now our facing pieces are interfaced. Even though this is upholstery fabric, we need to stabilize it for our facings. Okay, so we've got our back and our front facings, a pair of those. And then we need our straps. So we make our two straps all in one. So this strip, you've got it in your pattern templates that tells you the width, but I'll tell you again, it is 40 centimeters long by 8 centimeters across. I cut that out and then I rule a line down the center. Then I take it to my ironing board and I iron each edge into almost meet that center line. Use a laundry marker a heat erasable marker if you don't want that line to show. Mine won't show. Once I've pressed that, I can then fold it together, meet it up, and we've got our strap with no raw edges. What we're going to do with that strap is we're going to sew right close to the edge and top stitch down each side. You can even use coordinating thread or a contrasting thread, totally up to you. I'm going to be coordinating throughout this. I want a nice clean look. So you can add a pocket. You can certainly embellish these any way you like. Now remember, with a memory animal, you have all sorts of pieces to work with. I'm going to be adding, I've given you the templates to do a little heart pocket on the front. So this is a piece from my memory bear from the body himself. So I've taken that, it's actually got felt added on the back, but that's fine. I've taken that, and I've taken an old little Dickies tag that I'm going to stitch on the front there. So again, with your making memory bears and so on, you may be given all sorts of garments that have little tags and things that you can incorporate into your design and get quite creative about that. So I always keep any interesting looking tags that I find in my upcycling. So I'll stitch that in place, and I'll probably add a little heart button there as well. So we need the backing piece for our heart. You can just sew two pieces together. I'm just doing this because I've used this scrap. I've added some fusible webbing to my lining piece of this heart pocket. You don't have to do that, but I just feel that when I've turned it through, I can iron all the layers together. We don't actually leave an opening because we want to get a perfect heart shape. Because I've already cut out my heart, I'm going to be able to just pop it on a piece of fabric like that, and then I just stitch in my seam allowance around, and then I can trim off the excess. It's an easier way to get a beautiful clean stitching line. Okay, so we'll pop those to a side, and you just need some buttons for those straps when we're done. So the first thing I've done is I've gone ahead and I have zigzagged. You can use an overlocker if you have one. I've zigzagged my main edges on all of my body pieces, not the top because they'll be encased in the facing, and not the hems of the legs yet until we get a bit further along. So my first job is to take my pattern pieces. I'm going to take my body back here and I'm going to put right sides together. The first seams we're going to sew are our centre back and centre front seams. Now what I want to tell you about the centre back seam on these overalls is there's going to be marks on your pattern template that leave room for a tail. There's a reason for that. There is a memory animal coming and it will have a tail. So if you're not making that particular one and you're just making it for a bear like me, you'll sew that whole seam. Your seam allowance throughout this project is about 5 to 6 millimeters, not larger than that because it's tailored to fit the bear perfectly. So 5 to 6 millimeters, and you want to sew all the way up to the top here, and then with our centre front seam we do exactly the same, and we are going to sew that one. Now if you had a back opening, you just need to sew to the mark, back and forth, and then back and forth and sew to the top. While I'm doing those seams, I'm going to sew my top stitching on that strap. So this has my front and back seams stitched, and then I've gone ahead and pressed those seams open and flat. And on my back pieces, what would be my back pieces here, if we had that opening left for the tail, when we press the seam open, we continue to press the seam open just the same on that opening. And then you just take it to your machine and just do a little top stitch around the opening, and that's it. That's going to keep that seam in place and you'll have a lovely clean opening. So just keep that in mind if you're making a tailed animal with these. So now we've got our strap made as well. That's come up lovely and neat. We will cut that one in half. We're going to now create the little pocket that goes on the front of the bib of the overalls. I've already sewn on my little special tag on the front, and I'm going to I've removed my backing paper of my Fusible web. You don't have to use Fusible web, but I just like all the edges, all of the layers to be sealed together, and it does close up the opening that we're going to cut in the back here. So right sides together, I'm going to line this up, pop that on my piece, and I'm going to stitch all the way around the outside edge. I will reinforce my points and corners, and I will keep that seam as small as I can, so even sort of 2.5 mil if I can. And then I can just trim it away, and then we will turn it through. I'll show you how to cut an opening in the back. So I've trimmed away the excess there, and I have just clipped into that point in there, and we can take the little tip off of here. I've just ruled a line on the back, so not too close to your stitching here, just about here, and we're just going to make that little opening which won't be seen, and that's going to allow us to turn this heart through. And the reason why we do it this way, of course, is that it's the best way to get a perfectly stitched shaped heart. So I'm just going to turn that through that opening, push that through, and I will push out all of my seams. So I've gone ahead with my knitting needle and pushed out all of those seams, and then I've taken it to my iron and given it a good press. And of course, because I've got that Fusible webbing, it's sealed everything together and closed up that opening. But like I said, not necessary. You can just press it. This won't be seen at all when you attach it to the front of your overalls. So the positioning for this is, it's just about 4 centimeters from the top. You don't want it sitting up too high. And when I say 4 centimeters, I mean the dip in the heart. So pull that down, because we've got seams to go in at the top here. So just measure that to be about 4. Make sure that this is lined up with the point, and you can go ahead and stitch that into place. Now you can sew it on just as a patch if you like, so you'll just sew all the way around. If you want it to be a little pocket, then just sew up until you've got a little opening at the top. A pocket is a good idea for a memory bear or animal, because you can always slip in a little memory keepsake or something like that in there as well. So keep that in mind. Keep that seam that you're sewing nice and close to the edge. So there we go, that has my little heart pocket in place, and I've added my little button as well. Now let's move on to our facings. So we have our front facings and our back facings. We're going to put right sides together with each of those, and we're going to sew just that centre front and back seam. Remember to keep to your seam allowance well, because then those facings will fit your front and back piece as well. And we're just going to stitch each of those. So you'll want to go ahead and press that centre seam on the back and the front of your facings nice and flat, and we're going to add them to our appropriate back and front. Before we add the back facing, we need to add our straps to the top edge, just within the seam allowance. Just stitch them in, right sides together, facing downwards, and we're just going to stitch them 1 centimetre from the edge each side. Stitch them there, and that will hold them. And then we're going to add our facings. So you can pin it or you can clip it, whatever you like, but you need to make sure that everything is matched up. And if you followed your seam allowances, everything here certainly will match up those points, and certainly your centre seams here all the way to this edge. And then we're simply going to sew that 5 to 6 millimetre seam allowance across, always back and forth on your start and finish, and reinforce your corners. So go back and forth over your corners as you go across, and back and forth over these centre seams here. Then you're going to repeat the same with the front. Line everything up. You can see that everything's lining up beautifully, and get that one stitched as well all the way down. Go ahead and take the corners off of your stitched facing pieces, and go ahead also and just notch those curves, because it'll turn through much nicer on each of the armholes. And then we can push those facings through. Again, get in there with your knitting needle or something similar to press them out and roll out those seams. Take them to the iron and give them a good press, and when we turn this one through, of course, we've got those little straps popping out perfectly. So there we have our lovely facings. Have given that a beautiful finish there at the top. You can do top stitching, but not just yet. Now, if you want to make buttonholes for your straps, you can go ahead and do that now, because now you've got that lovely facing through there, and it will give you a good finish. I'm actually just going to be stitching my overalls onto my bear, so I won't be making those. You alternatively could make a Velcro fastening. You could even make your straps longer and make a buttonhole and then thread the strap through and tie a knot, all sorts of things. It depends on the fabrics that you've been given to work with. But for me, I will just, when it's done, I will just actually stitch that strap tucked under in place onto my bear. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and sew our side seams now. So we're going to put right sides together. Always press as you go. You get much better results if you press your project. Okay, so we're going to lift up those facings that we've just put in place, and we're going to match up those seams there. You can flip the seam. You can put one going one way and one going the other. You'll get a flatter finish that way. And I'm just going to clip that into place. And then you'll find that this will line up all the way down and meet up at your cuff. And we are going to sew that entire side seam, including the facings. Now make sure you go ahead and press out those side seams and press your facing to the inside. Should have a nice clean finish. And then on the lower hem, I have just zigzagged that edge, or you can overlock it, and then I've turned over a 1.5 centimetre hem, and I've just stitched that, top stitched that across. You can make it a smaller hem and you can turn it 2 times if you like. You can sew the inner leg seam first and then hem it traditionally and sew it by hand, totally up to you. But for me, that 1.5 centimetre is the perfect length for this bear. So now we put right sides together and we're going to sew the final seam, which is the inside leg seam, and we're going to meet up the back and front seams, make sure it's a perfect match, and then bring these down together, and we will be able to stitch that inside leg seam. Make sure you go over this crotch area a couple of times, and then we'll have the perfect little turned cuff. So that completes my beautiful little overalls. Now, as I said, I'm just going to be sewing mine onto my bear with those lovely buttons there. Now, the finishing things that you can do, you can sew a top stitch around that entire top edge. I actually, for whatever reason, I like all of my overalls, I very rarely do a top stitch. You have to be careful with the top stitch on little things like this. It can make it look a little cheap. So if you've matched up your seams well and you press it out really well, you can usually just keep it like that. It has a lovely rounded look to it. Okay, so perfect length, and of course on the making up of these you can embellish them any way you like. Now I'm going to go ahead and add them to my bear. Now, given that my bear is made up all in tartans, these plain overalls are going to look really lovely and not too busy. So let's take a look. So this is my beautiful little chunky monkey. This is a bear pattern actually that I created that looks really, really good naked. So you can make this either way. He's got a nice full body, but I think a pair of overalls is a beautiful touch, and you certainly can make those up to really coordinate, and it will make use if you have extra pieces of fabrics that people have given you, and it really creates a whole story. Let me just add his collar. So there we go, and I think that the collar really tops it off. He's always worn his collar, but it looks even better popped over those little overalls. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you will find this pattern very useful.